So welcome to the program. What is that program? Yeah, Retrain the Brain. I forgot. Release the stress and discover inner peace and happiness. 60-minute program. Couple of minutes we will talk about good things. And then we will do the practice. We will do the guided practice. Let me make it clear. Guided practice. Simply you borrow my mind and keep your mind aside. Means whatever happening in your mind at the time of doing the practice, don't follow your mind. Only 1 hour, once a week. Rest you take over. Let your mind take over you. Continue to suffer. No, I'm not responsible. I'm only responsible here, Mark. So, two people were talking. Pay attention and never ever talk and discuss any topic like the one the two people were talking. What is going to happen to the country, Now the politics has changed, it will be lot of problem. We are going to dooms, the stock and shares are going down. So other person also agreed that you are right. There is no safety and security. We don't have job, we will not get a job. We are not earning enough. And they both agreed to it. That the country is going to the dooms and there is no hope. Logical explanation. Everything is correct based on data. You have a data. And then they went to a monk. No, I'm not a monk, so they might have gone to the... And they explained, this is our conclusion. What would happen? The monk said, yes, you are already going to the dooms. You both guys will die. Don't start thinking about it. The message hidden is there. We logically prove that we are sick. We are in a negative state. We are suffering. So what is the end of the suffering? Graveyard. So that is always kept in mind, and then we go to the masters. What would happen to me? You already know it. You already have in mind that where are you going? Why should I say that? So there comes the Eastern wisdom. It says you have to go beyond the cause and effect relationship. No, I have been suffering from the stress. Yes, I have another student, whose husband is having cancer. Yeah. I can tell you cancer. And she has been coming to me almost for many, many years. So she called me yesterday because she is very close to me. She has supported, so I went to her. What would happen, Acharya? My Acharya was my title. So I said, why you think what would happen? Why don't you look at your peace, inner peace and calmness? And what has to happen will happen. Take care of your inner peace and calmness. Am I a little ruthless? You have to be extremely ruthless to your mind. Otherwise, this mind will destroy you. No, I have a problem. And then your friend calls, yes, I'm so sorry that, you have a problem, you are suffering. Don't listen to these friends. Stop listening. They are not your good friends. No, they are not your good friends. They are adding the more suffering to you. You understand from where I have started? Logically, we prove that we are suffering, and then gone. Once your logic concludes that you are suffering, you have a stress, you have an anxiety, you have a problem, it multiplies in your head. It multiplies in your head. Then what should be done? Peace and happiness is my essential nature. That self has a tremendous power to dissolve and destroy the stress at any cost. It will happen. This kind of determination and the intention we should have. At the same time, we should continue to work. The life changes. So that can be done by an inner force and the inner power. And that inner force is the force of the consciousness. That force of the consciousness is known as Kundalini. I had a session just in a not-for-profit organization in North Brunswick, and so one yoga teacher was there, and she was telling me, I want to hop so that my energy will go up. There is some literature which explains when you hop like a frog, your energy will go up. This is total craziness. You see that this is totally, we read it and then you ask a question, you go to the teacher how to hop, and the teacher is also not very well familiar, so teacher creates a story. Yes, you can hop, you sit in asana, you do the breathing, and once you start hopping, your energy will go up. So then this electric plug should be placed there, not here. If it is the same energy. So our tradition, our great masters explain simple thing and summarizing it. They explain the thing symbolically. It does not mean actually hopping. Now there is a reason. I also had those experiences. Your goal is to purify the mind from these logical, negative conclusions. I have stress. Why you're smiling? How can you have stress? Yeah? Well, how can you have stress? Come what may. What are you thinking? So you see that once you purify the mind, then what happens after purification of the mind, you're doing a specific breathing. These are the symptoms of the purification of the mind. Your goal is not to hop. Your goal is the purification of the mind. So when you purify the mind, you start as if you're jumping and hopping takes place. And we understand it in an opposite way. So summarizing it, what is the summary of today? The moment your mind logically proves that you are in stress, you have to replace it. My essential nature is peace. Okay, this is the logical conclusion. This is what the medical and others' conclusion. Okay, leave that. Second thing, my essential nature is of peace and happiness. I must get it. The journey will start from there. I'm suffering. Continue to suffer. Nobody will care. I tell you frankly. Nobody is going to care. So the Eastern wisdom, the very first step is the right intention. My intention comes from my potential. Where is my potential? I have an infinite potential. Well, I came to States, depending on an American who got my visa done. Nobody. I didn't know anything. And after 3 months, there was a choice. I should leave, I should continue. That American guy raised his hand. He said, no, I'll not support you. So I didn't know that is the way the American culture is. How long I will support you? No, I will continue to support, don't worry, until you move into the peace. And the life changes. It is only because of that potential that you have inside. And that potential, when we look deeper inside with reference to the Eastern wisdom, we see that we have a dormant areas in the brain. That is actually the Kundalini. So that dormant power in the brain means your mind. You have a right intention. That triggers the energy. This electricity, this lamp doesn't switch on by itself. I have to use it. Who uses my mind? With an intention. Same thing if my mind switches on to my inner peace and happiness rather than concluding I am suffering, then continue to suffer, my friends. There is no way. The moment your mind decides, I will suffer, suffer. Oh, I have anxiety, I have this problem, I have this stress. No, you should explain to me so that I can help you. But not all the time. Not all the time. Don't misunderstand me. No, you have to explain me so that I show you the right path. But not 24 hours. No, I'm suffering. Suffer. So that is the journey. Let us start our journey today. Sit or lie down. Where is the smile, Nicole? I know you'll be doing the best today. You are the youngest. Yes. So, eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Your hands are facing up near the thighs, facing the ceiling. First step first. Be comfortable. Eyes are closed gently, looking at the neck joint, feeling the sensation. What happens? You feel the sensation. Okay. So your mind tells you, you feel the sensation and there is a sense of steadiness. It is your experience, you are comfortable. It is your experience, you are steadiness. There is a steadiness in the body. You see, from the point 1, I help you in a guided meditation to bring a change in your mindset. No, I have lot of problem. What will happen being comfortable? And if the mind is thinking like that, then there is no hope. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and experience the steadiness. Move the mind on the hip joint. The mind is looking at the hip joint. You feel the sensation of what? The hip joint. Who feels it? Mind. And the mind confirms that there is a steadiness in the body. What we are doing, by being comfortable in steadiness, we are breaking the craziness of the mind. Move the mind on the knee joints. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and steadiness. The mind goes to the ankle joints. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable. The entire body is comfortable. The second point is being carefree. in that not-for-profit organization where I was giving a session. So it is on the near the highway. So a lot of traffic. So there is an outside noise and there is a inside noise. Inside noise comes from the same logical conclusion that I have stress, I am suffering. Why the God has given me too much of stress? So that is your inner space. Inside your head, your mind is thinking. Don't worry about it, let it happen. Don't go for that conclusion. And outside, whatever the noise or experiencing the different temperature during the entire journey, you may feel cold, hot, warmth, sinking into the floor, rising up in this practice. So just accept it. Don't worry about it. You are in safe hands. Third point. Third point is being casual, natural. Nature. What is natural? That is what is my essential nature. We are seekers of peace and happiness. And my master used to say, yes, I know you are seekers of peace and happiness. And he used to say, now keep in your mind, you are the peace and happiness. You are not different from peace and happiness. He used to say, yes, I know that you are seeking happiness in your life, but you are the happiness we need to discover. I'm not saying you believe it, have a faith it, but faith is belief pending inquiry and regular practice. I'm not saying you believe blindly. And now we will go for purification of the mind. And that we have been doing, I'll be changing these practices. I'm just saying that, once I find the newcomers, then I go for the same, more or less, I change a little bit. So look inside the chest, in the space, and start breathing from the chest. Quick and the fast breathing. Continue. Do not stop in the middle. You remember, you borrowed my mind. You keep your mind aside. Your mind will say, no, let me stop it. I feel something different. That is why you are here. You are in safe hands in doing these practices. Don't worry about it. Continue. Continue. Continue, quick and the fast breath. My friends, continue, do not stop in the middle. Your mind will complain. That complain what I discussed about logical conclusion. So here also comes the logic, I cannot do it. Leave this. Look at the head and the neck. Feel the sensation. Now this experience three-pointed. Sensation deepens, relaxation is there, and the stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. Be there, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You see, if your mind doesn't interfere, you keep the mind aside, then the result is sure. And during the practice, the mind is complaining like the two guys who concluded there is no hope. Choice is yours, not mine, my friends. I will just conduct the session. I'm happy now, I'll be happy thereafter also. Move the mind on the left arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. The mind on the chest and the belly. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. The mind on the right leg, experience the sensation. I know you understand what I mean by that. Then you experience the sense of relaxation. Relaxation is also a form of sensation, where the mind confirms I'm okay. And then you experience the stillness. There also the mind is aware of the body, that the body is not moving. Why we say that? It prevents the mind to go out to the same old impression. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. The entire body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And now, look inside the belly. Look inside the belly and start breathing long in the hissing breath from the belly. Do not stop in the middle. Do not move the entire body except the belly. You inhale, the belly goes up. You exhale, the belly drops down. I know you believe. Keep your mind aside. Your mind will say, no, I feel lot of different things. That is why you are here. Don't listen to your mind. Continue to do it. Whatever the experiences comes, let it come. Accept that. Continue, my friends. Do not stop in the middle. Who stops? Your mind. You could not keep your mind aside. That is what I observe. While sitting here, I can understand that part so easily. Your mind starts giving an interpretation of the practice, and then it slows down and you miss the practice. You see the point? And leave this and stop it. Again, go back. Alright, go back. Look at the head and the neck. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm, feel the sensation, relaxation and the stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Sensation, relaxation and the stillness, the entire body. We are not doing anything. We are shifting not only the energy, but we are also shifting the mind. The mind that was impure, always looking the negative perspective of the life. And that changes naturally because you have a deeper experience. Now we will move to the third. Look deep inside the forehead in the space and start breathing long in the hissing breath, both from the belly and the chest. As long as deep breath, both from the belly and the chest. My friends, I explained you today clearly. Keep your mind aside. Keep your logical conclusions aside. Long in the hissing breath. Continue, my friends, belly and the chest. Continue. And stop it. Now take a very deep, silent and slow breath. Your inhalation is totally silent but long. And exhalation, humming sound. Yes, continue. long, deep. Your inhalation is silent. It takes time. We are not in a hurry. You inhale deep, silent and slow, and exhale with a humming sound. Louder, deeper and longer. Now inhalation in the same way. While exhaling, half the time keep your lips open. The sound of O is produced, and after that bring the lips together so the sound of Om is naturally produced. This is to enhance your awareness. Half the time the lips are open, the next half of the time the lips together. And there is a natural sound. Just follow that. We are regulating the breath and the mind by keeping the lips open and together. Pay more attention there. Lips together, continue with the deep, silent and slow breathing. No noise outside now. Your inhalation first expands your belly, then the chest up to the throat. Your exhalation first drops the belly down, then your rib cage. You empty your lungs completely, but that is to be done silently. Your neighbor should not listen the noise of your breath. It is so deep silent. First thing. Second thing, continue with your experience of sensation, relaxation, and the stillness in the body. You may experience the body sinking into the floor, freezing, calmness. Let it happen. Don't worry about it. Treat the body like a car that you have parked outside, so don't worry about it. Done. Deep, silent, slow breathing. Now, as you inhale, say in your mind, mentally, mentalum, with the breath going in, mentalum, when the breath is coming out. Two things we are doing. We are balancing what? The energy. We are bringing an emotional poise in the mind. That goes back again to the same thing. I'm suffering. Why the God has given me so much of suffering? God loves you so much. So when you do that with an emotional poise, you are mentally reciting with every breath going in and coming out. The goal is you actually see, you actually perceive that Om. Result, emotional poise. Mind says, now I'm only seeking peace. The energy says, now I want to rise up. That happens naturally with that step. It appears very simple, but you may experience tingling, numbness in the body. They are good, my friends. But when it is a first session, I know your mind starts taking some action. Remind yourself, keep your mind aside. You continue your journey and you will see the change. Only in one session. You experience the change, you taste it, but only regular practice brings the transformation. Even if you suffer from a lot of challenges. I have taken care of people having cancer, having depression, bipolar. Anxiety is a small thing. But sometime when your mind is not ready to drop that logical conclusion, it continues to grow deep inside, and that affects your body. Only that your mind is responsible, nothing else. Now leave the breath, leave the Om mental. Let us follow the 2-syllable mantra, that is Soham. The breath goes in, look inside the forehead and mentally drop naturally with a love and a joy. Soham, breath returns, Soham. Goes in, Soham. Returns, Soham. With every breath, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath, no change in the body. Now don't again go back to the Google or you have read lot of literature. At present, we are using the Soham with a simple meaning, I am the peace. So when you say Soham, you're looking inside the forehead in the space. You perceive that I am the peace. Breath comes out, drop, take the Soham out, I am the peace. I am the peace. Or I am the happiness. Soham. Literal meaning is I am that. That means self. That self may be peace, may be happiness, may be love, may be wisdom, but can never be stress, can never be anxiety, can never be suffering. Now I'm just comparing you so that at least you should continue. Continue the journey, my friends. Soham, Soham. Always remember, if you make Google as your teacher, you will read, oh, this mantra is very powerful. Really? Then your computer will become powerful because you read it in the Google. You make the mantra powerful. You are the most powerful. No. Understand the field of experience is the space outside. Another field of experience, you are in the state of sensation, relaxation, stillness, numbness, tingling, freezing of the body, sinking of the body into the floor or rising up. Many experiences, it varies. The breath is not changing, you are breath, awareness of the breath. You are looking inside the forehead. So what you're looking inside the forehead, an emptiness or the space. In that space and emptiness, you're looking at a point. Then what? When the breath goes in, you look at a point and drop. Soham. The breath returns. Again, you look at a point. You take the Soham out. Soham merges with that point in the space inside the forehead with every breath going in. It returns from the same point when the breath returns. That is the tool used in Tantra tradition, how to expand your mind like a balloon. Means what? You continue to inflate the balloon, so what happens? The time comes, burst. So when the mind bursts, then what happens? Awakening. But that burst is not the way the balloon is, it is more symbolic. Continue. Only the center of the wisdom. Why center of the wisdom? The summary of the Eastern wisdom. Ya vidya sa vimuktaye. That wisdom is a power. What it does? That liberates you from the suffering. American proverb, the knowledge or wisdom is power. and combine the two. From the Eastern wisdom, wisdom is knowledge of that self. Knowledge of the self is that power that brings the freedom from the mind. Then what happens? Peace, happiness, love, wisdom. Soham, point in the space inside the forehead. Breath goes in and out. Body is parked like the car is parked outside. You may experience as if you are too far from the body. That is a wonderful state. How can you experience if the body remains in the state of sensation, relaxation, stillness? You see? Now doing nothing. Yes, my friends, do nothing. What it means? Even if we do nothing, existence is always present. What is that existence? That is the discovery of in all meditation. That existence is known as the self. And that self is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, and the wisdom. It is our common day experience whether we do something or we don't do something. We still exist. No, we exist in suffering. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti means let there be peace, peace, and peace. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left palm. Slowly and gently lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. We will share our experiences. Bring the hands down and let's share our experiences. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Relax.
Relax? Good. How are you, my friend? Good? How are you, my friend?
I am extremely relaxed. I feel so good.
It will help you. Let the day come. Continue the journey for another month or so. Then ask the doctor, has your problem still exist in the same level or it has gone down? It will go down. How are you, my friend?
Very good.
Very good?
Very good.
That's really good. Don't believe them. They may be telling a lie because you are newcomers. Well,
Much different than the first time.
yeah. Every time you do it, yeah.
Without a doubt.
A lot of marketing people ask me, no, you do the real experiences. No, I said, I'm not into that, Whatever I do, I'm doing it. No, and for marketing, you record the video, put it on the website so that more people will be attracted. I said, no, I'm not interested in attracting people. Already I have enough. How are you, my friend? Very good. How are you, my friend?
I'm very good.
Don't believe them.
No, I feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
So what should you do if you feel great? You should continue.
Yes.
Yeah? Will you continue?
Yeah.
Let me see. How are you, my friend?
Relaxed.
Relax?
Yes.
You see.
This is what I was looking for.
Looking for, yes. Wonderful. And how are you?
Relaxed.
Relax. How are you, my friend?
Very good. It's a little numb.
Now,
It's getting better.
Then, so summarizing today's session, understand simply the mind, our mind. You're driving your car, no, I'm suffering. As if the God has put the thought, I'm suffering. God loves you much more than anybody. So when that chain reaction in the mind continues all the time, no, I'm suffering, I've got a problem. So God closes his eyes, He said, this guy is nagging all the time. I'm not listening to this guy. The God is not going to stop it. The moment you go to the God, God says, okay, this guy has come. Okay. I'm suffering, God. God is not listening. If there is God, I don't go into that religious aspect. So the message here by this is that when the mind is constantly nagging you with anxiety, with a stress, with a problem diagnosed by your beloved doctor, that I must say, nobody can sue me. I'm not saying, I'm not challenging them. I'm simply saying, keep your mind free. Keep your mind free. So if you keep your mind free for 6 days, and then you come on the 7th day, you will experience the tremendous change. 6 days your work. I have only 1 hour work, so I'm always easy. You see that? That needs to be understood. Keep that firm conviction. That is why my master used to say, I'm tired. Stop it. Stop talking to your mind. It is the mind that is saying that you are tired. So when I stop talking to myself, I become free. It's one of the greatest principles in Kundalini meditation. So we'll talk about it next week. So thank you.